Doing something slightly different, away from the world of architecture. Dogs. We needed somebody to be able to make something which has never been made before.
Where we started from, initially there was sort of excitement at reading the brief, from nature, for nature. I think suddenly conjures up lots of images for all of us as architects and makers. We went through an initial sketch process in the studio. There were quite a lot of different options tabled, which was really quite exciting. In our day-to-day line of work, we draw a lot of rectangular buildings, which when you're let off the leash, so to speak, you start to draw more sculptural forms. I think almost all of the entries on the studio wall have sinuous curves throughout. You can see from all of the initial sketches that actually, I don't think there's a straight line on there. A lot of them were drawing on the inspirations from natural forms. We started with a few cocoon-like shapes. There were some nuts, there were some walnuts, there were some pecans. We brought some of those abstractions around this table and actually we carried on sketching from that point. The best thing about this project has been collaborating with Millimeter.
They are makers of the highest caliber. They've worked on some of the most amazing projects. Every project they work on is exceptional.
I think it was really useful to discuss how they were going to construct something very early on. It's not a drawing and then a model, it's both at the same time. And that really informs the construction process because you can't sketch something that's this form without knowing exactly how it's going to be built.
It was conversations really and sketches around a table. The origins were organic, natural form, and that's where the sketches started. And it was quite material-led in that sense. Kiln-dried cedar, effectively a light stain, and beeswax, very much a natural material. The forms we chose are very suited to the 7-axis machining.
We don't always get jobs like this where we get right in at the creative edge at the beginning. In this case, a billet like this, we machine the inside to get the key rails around the edge so that the whole thing fits together. So basically I took the sketch and then turned that to a 3D model. The digital clay works well for this sort of stuff because you are controlling a haptic arm by your hand. So all the nuances that go wrong or go right are actually input by you into the software. So therefore it gives it a creative edge in a way it's natural.
We're really excited to be part of the Goodwoof Festival. The Barkitecture competition, I know, is just one part of what is an amazing, prestigious weekend. We're looking forward to seeing how our kennel sits alongside the other kennels and how other entrants have interpreted the from nature, for nature brief. And we're really looking forward to testing our kennel with the dogs that visit.